So our juniors in the field here in the Under-20 Championship will be Grace Young of Collingwood, Imogen Baker, Mornington, Jasmine Sidebottom, Mornington, Taryn Folletti, South Bendigo, Vicky Vanderkamp from Diamond Valley, saw her prominent at the All Schools just a fortnight ago, Mornington's Isabel Matthews, Rosie Liness of Box Hill, Michaela Young, Collingwood, Erin Mariner of Ringwood, very promising junior there, one of the probably the youngest in the field, with Piper Gay from Williamstown, also the small figure on the inside there, you won't be able to miss her. Vicky Vanderkamp, that is the Diamond Valley athlete, now moving four wide, and they'll be joined by our B grade field. That's Sarah Tucker of Ballarat YCW, Zoe Delaney of Collingwood, Aileen Prendergast of Melbourne University, Hayley George, Box Hill, Christine Ashton, Box Hill, Georgia Barr, South Melbourne, Liv Shanahan, Coburg, Adina Morrow of Preston, and Pooja Bulla of Melbourne University. So a field of 19. At the moment, the Under-20 Championship, there are the second, third and fourth runners on the track. That's Vanderkamp of Diamond Valley, Piper Gay, the prodigious junior from Williamstown, and behind them the tall figure, it looks like to me, of Erin Mariner from Ringwood. So an 86-second first lap as the field strings out very quickly. So a few here have told me tonight they're looking for something in the low 17 minutes. Some of those under-20 juniors very keen, very enthusiastic indeed. So it'll be interesting to see if they can pull along some of these B-grade athletes to some fast times. And out in front, one of those athletes looking to put on a good show tonight looks to be Aileen Prendergast of Melbourne University. Vanderkamp and Gay it is next. So at the moment, Prendergast in the B race for Melbourne University. Vanderkamp leading the under-20s with Gay and Mariner. Behind them looks to be Mornington Peninsula's Imogen Baker, another of the under-20s. So second, third, fourth, all those under-20 girls. Sarah Tucker, moving on there well from Ballarat. Taryn Folletti, it is in seventh, another one of our juniors. And then Georgia Barr, it might be at the moment, they're leading the second the third pack now, as we've just had a little bit of an opening up there in the middle. So our lead five includes four of our juniors. So the Under-20 Championship is going to be a hotly contested one. Piper Gay running PBs all sorts of distances this year. At the AGS she was represented. She went at the All Schools as well. Vanderkamp, such a good XCR season, also the All Schools athlete. Erin Mariner, just a year 8 girl there in fourth place at the moment. From Sion up the road, Our Lady of Sion School. They're going to go through their 1 kilometre in 3:32, and tucked in wonderfully behind them it is Imogen Baker. So something around the 17:40 tempo to start with. Chrissy Ashton goes past me next. Pooja Bulla, Grace Young, Liv Shanahan of Coburg, and Zoe Delaney of Collingwood. And that's, at the moment, the whole field inside that 20-minute, with the front of the group ticking along at about 17:40 tempo. So under-20s have now decided to pilot and control this field. So it's a race in 4 with Prendergast looking to get dragged along for a nice fast time tonight. So your 4 juniors. Vanderkamp of Diamond Valley, Piper Gay. Of course, one of the Liz Matthews athletes in second. Very local athlete then next, Erin Mariner in the Ringwood colours tonight. Mornington Peninsula's Imogen Baker next. Prendergast. Folletti just tracking that front group. She's the next junior on the course. Hayley George. Michaela Young moving along well there for Collingwood, another one of the juniors. Seen a lot of them recently in the milers meets. Next to the Mornington athletes there, Isabella Matthews being joined by Chrissy Ashton. Buller of Melbourne University. Morrow of Preston moves past me next. Then running out of field, Delaney of Collingwood. But our juniors putting on now about a 15-metre gap back to our chase pack. Folletti's the one in the second group, looking to stay in contact. Likewise Young. So they're the 5th and 6th juniors on the track at the moment. Most interesting tonight will be how quick these ladies decide to go, because it's a tactical affair as well. Victorian Championship up for grabs, but fast times also absolutely prime for the taking tonight. Conditions perfect at Box Hill. There's a reason they call it the home of the PB. Folletti, George, Prendergast, Young, all move through next together. Rosie Liness then in the next group, sort of leading the pack of 3 now. Mornington side bottom goes past us. Ashton. Good rhythm there from this group here. As our runners down the back straight are going to go through 2K, and the pace has dropped slightly. So even though the field is spread, we've dropped off a little bit at the front. It's going to be over that 7 minutes. It's going to be 7:05. So pretty even. I say dropped off, it was only a second difference, so a 3:32 into a 3:35. So about that 17:42 tempo as Piper Gay makes a nice little move to the front and decides to take control of this field. I think she's the equal youngest in the field out here, so 1st and 4th on the track at the moment, the 2 youngest. And Piper Gay's made a definitive move. Can Vanderkamp match it now? Imogen Baker looks really good in 3rd. Mariner, George, Hayley George making her way through the field nicely there, one of the senior athletes. Michaela Young, still in that junior group. Folletti, Prendergast, Liness, Barr next. Tucker of Ballarat. Side bottom of Mornington. Some ladies here on some really big PB times, making the most of perfect conditions. So Piper Gay looks really comfortable out in front. Vanderkamp, though, doing her best efforts to hang on to that tempo. The second of the Collingwood duo there, the second young sister, that's Grace now going past me with 7 laps to go. So Piper Gay made the move at 2K. Vanderkamp, though, has matched it, not letting her go. It's about 8 metres, the gap. Gay must feel good. She hasn't had a look over her shoulder. Baker, though, made a really good move into 3rd. Hayley George, 4th on the track, the first of our B-grade athletes. I don't mean that in any negative manner whatsoever. It is the B-grade women's open race. Young next, Mariner, Folletti, pretty even tempo right throughout. Prendergast, Liness. Georgia Barr of South Melbourne looking to go sub 18 minutes tonight. Sarah Tucker of Ballarat YCW. It's Piper Gay and Fiki Vanderkamp having that battle out in front. It's a really good battle indeed. Gay's tried everything she can to shake her, but Vanderkamp's not going to let her go. The gap hasn't changed over that last 600 metres. It remains at 10 metres. Beautiful rhythm running from Piper Gay in front. Vanderkamp, not unusual at all to see her really swinging hard, making a really strong effort in second. Slightly different styles, the two of them. They both look terrific as they come through 3 kilometres very shortly. So that's a 3:23 kilometre. So 3:23 kilometre from Piper Gay. She's taken, no wonder that she's moved off. That's a 10-second faster kilometre as her and Vanderkamp now put about 60 or 70 metres on Hayley George. The race on for third in this Victorian U20 Championships is really heating up. Baker goes through next in 10:50 and Michaela Young just hot on her heels. Folletti and Mariner not far off either. So out in front, you've got your under-20 title being raced for gold and silver. That's Gay and Vanderkamp. And the battle for third is just a 5-metre split between Young chasing Baker, with Folletti and Mariner a further 10 metres back. So with that nice fast kilometre, they've now picked it down to something in that 17:30 range. Piper Gay's decide the second half of this race is going to be really quick. She's a diminutive athlete on the track, but big heart. We've seen how strong she's said over the track and XCR. Over the winter, the young schoolgirl athlete. And Piper Gay's now doubled that lead in this last with 1 mile to go. She's doubled the lead. And that's her going past us now. She's got 4 laps to go. Vanderkamp, she's picked up the tempo with her. She had a fast 3rd kilometre. She looks terrific also. The second of our young sisters there, Grace Young, on track for a really nice fast time tonight. Hayley George moving through really wonderfully here. One of the local Dunedin runners. And here's your race for bronze at the moment. So keep your eye on this one. Number 8 hip number there, Michaela Young of Collingwood. Imogen Baker with her of Mornington. Folletti now looking to join them. Mariner not too far back. She's not out of this by any means. Lyness next, Prendergast. And Georgia Barr of South Melbourne coming through with 1 mile to go also. But Piper Gay now, she's running away with this one. It was impressive, patient first 2 kilometres. Definitive move she made. And Piper Gay's now got 40 metres on Fiki Vanderkamp. And they'll come down the straight now with 1,200 to go or 3 laps to go. So Piper Gay extends the lead a little bit further. Some good noise from the crowd for Piper Gay. She moves through at 13:16. Vanderkamp in a really good spot still. 13:21. Hayley George has been really consistent. Would have been a fast 3rd kilometre from her also. A lot of the ladies here just looking for some good season PBs. Now this is your race for third. Folletti, the tallest of the athletes on the outside. The South Bendigo athlete. She now moves into 3rd place in the 20s championship. Baker sits behind her. Young next. This is going to be a real race. Erin Mariner now, still about 25 metres back on them. Can she join in that party in the race for bronze? Through 4K, Piper Gay was just under 14 minutes. So she's on track for that 17:30. It was inside 14 minutes. So 16:20 something on the cards here for a big last kilometre as Piper Gay goes through. Let's get a bit of support going for Piper Gay. She comes down with 2 laps to go. She's paced this wonderfully. Vanderkamp as well, looking really good. Vanderkamp on track for a big personal best here as well if she can keep this tempo up. Pooja goes past me now with 3 laps to go. Our Coburg athlete, Shanahan. Moves past. Hayley George, third on the track at the moment. First of our women's open runners. She gets 2 laps to go. Preston's Adina Morrow goes past next. But here's where the race is really hotting up. It's the under-20 bronze medal championship of Victoria. The 3 of them fighting for that spot. Young staying in contact. Group behind here, there's a real group here. Mariner's got caught in the middle of some older athletes here. Liness now moves out wide, another one of the juniors. Mariner ticks around behind her. Heading past me, another junior there, Isabel Matthews. But Piper Gay hasn't missed a beat in this second half. She's going to get the bell now. Let's see how close we can go to that 17:20 something. Piper Gay, 15:58 at the bell. Vanderkamp next. Looking really strong. There's going to be some fast times. She takes a quick look at the clock, Vanderkamp. Chrissy Ashton through next. Jasmine side bottom there. Moving through. Pooja with 2 laps to go. Hayley George will get to the bell next. Hayley George on for a big time inside her seed time. But 200 metres to go. It's our leader in front. Piper Gay stretched her margin out to 60 metres. Here's your race for bronze now. They're going to get the bell side by side. The Mornington athlete, Imogen Baker. On the inside, Taryn Folletti. So you've got South Bendigo versus Mornington. Young of Collingwood's only 15 metres back. How close can she get to them? They're on track for big personal bests. Piper Gay, though, she's going to be your winner. We said 17:20. It's going to be well inside that. 17:17 for Piper Gay. Puts the arms up. A well-deserved celebration. She's your Victorian under-20 champion. Here's your silver medalist, Fiki Vanderkamp. She's going to take a personal best as well. It'll be about 15 seconds inside her best. Vanderkamp takes the silver in 17:33. There's your gold and silver. And at the 200 to go, it's all Imogen Baker. She has blown this last lap apart. She'll be your bronze medalist, but in front of them, Hayley George flies down the front straight. She'll go sub 18 minutes. It'll be very impressive from Hayley George of the Dunedin runners in Box Hill. 17:55 for Hayley George. Imogen Baker, there's your under 20 bronze medalist. The Mornington athlete through next. She paced it right through. She's grabbed the bronze medal in the under 20 Victorian Championship. Taryn Folletti made a good move in the middle. She's going to go through in just under 18:20. Behind her next, the first of the Collingwood twins. That's Michaela Young, 18:19. Sarah Tucker will be at 18:22. Liness, really strong run there next. Georgia Barr of South Melbourne, about 18:30. Erin Mariner, pretty much bang on her personal best there, the young Ringwood junior. Prendergast, who set the tempo early, will be at 18:38. We will move to our under 20 presentations after this race. But our top 3 there, really impressive. Personal bests amongst them. I'll have to check in with Piper Gay if she's happy with that time. 1 lap to go for the second of our Collingwood Youngs. Grace goes past now at the bell. Chrissy Ashton coming through to finish now. She'll be in 19:15. 19:13 for Chrissy Ashton. Side bottom of Mornington moves through next. Pooja just behind her of Melbourne University. Pooja Buller next it is with side bottom. Not taken off the seat time there for Pooja Buller of Melbourne University. Liv Shanahan's going to go well inside the 20 minutes. 19:45 for her next. Zoe Delaney will get the bell now. She'll be very happy with this based on her seat time also. Came in with a 20:44. She's going to give us something inside 20:15, in fact, I reckon, on the dot. And that's great running there from Morrow of Preston. So Grace Young through 20:35. Isabel Matthews is going to come in and run exactly on her seed time. 20. And of course, Imogen Baker of Mornington as Zoe Delaney passes through now in our women's B grade and under 25,000 metres.